Well, from the Game On desk, we want to wish you a wonderful, happy 2025. Happy New Year to you all, and welcome to the very first episode of the year from the Game On desk. And we, as we have started well on this call, have a lot prepared for you, and the sporting action has begun right on honest time. And one of the big highlights, of course, from this call is, of course, the entry of Chan and Kenya being part of that festival where we're going to welcome the world through the Pamoja initiative that brings together East Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. The draw, of course, held earlier on in the week, I think Wednesday, and a wonderful occasion, Kenya beginning that process of hosting. The games proper begin in August, and then we wait for another maybe 1.5 years for AFCON 2027. But yeah, wonderful beginning, as well as many other bits of sports action. In the studio, we have our very first set of guests are the champions, the volleyball champions in this country for 2 years running. KCB it is, and with me in the studio, I have a wonderful set of individuals. I'd like them to introduce themselves. Let's start with Bwana TM, Salimia Wananchi, and kindly tell us a bit about yourself here.
Good afternoon viewers. Kwa majina naitwa Moses Kimani Gitao. Mimi ndio team manager wa KCB Ladies Volleyball Club. The other thing that I would add is that I'm a coach also in tennis. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kimani, and welcome to the studio. And right next to me also is a wonderful lady, fresh out of high school, but she has a lot of experience in the field of volleyball. Welcome to the studio and introduce yourself.
Okay, hello Kenyans. My name is Malinteri, a player from KCB, and I'm a right attacker or opposite hitter. Yeah.
All right, Malinteri, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get right to it. The reason that we've invited you to the studio is we've looked at your performances across the last 2 seasons, and your team stands out, Kimani. So can you tell me what the recipe or what the ingredients are that have made you champions in the country? There are competitive teams. There's Prisons, there's Kenya Pipeline, but why is KCB for the 2nd year running being Kenyan champions?
Thank you, Mr. Thige. What I would like to say is that one of the reasons why KCB is flourishing very well is because of we have a program with secondary schools. Mm-hmm. Currently, we have program with 3 secondary schools. That is Kesegon in Kitale. Then we have with Soweto in Nairobi, and we have the other one with Kwandanze, which is in Machakos. That is where now we get our players. And when we have these players from schools and they join our team, wanaongeza bidii kwa ile team ambayo ilikuwa hapo before. Mm-hmm. For example, I would just give a good example is for Terry. Mm-hmm. Terry first played for KCB Volleyball Club in the year 2023.
Okay.
And when she came in the team, she actually performed very well. Akawa one of the best players ambao walikuwa awarded. Na she made us win the league after a long period. So what I would like to say is that going back to those academies has made us improve our position in the National League. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right. So Terry, you're the star from 2023. You were telling me that you've been playing volleyball for KCB while you were studying.
Yeah.
How did that work out? Can you just explain how you managed to do that? Yeah.
Okay, I used to train in weekends, and after 10 p.m. after I finish my studies, so mm-hmm. I go to the pitch, mm-hmm. I train, then I have school days, I couldn't plan.
Okay. But you were still able to attend matches, to attend, to be part of the KCB team while you were in studies?
Yeah.
And the school is a boarding school?
Yeah.
So you had an arrangement that the teachers will let you out of the school for you to participate in the games.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Very few, and you're getting paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you shy? When I asked that you're getting paid for it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Very few people actually manage to study and engage in professional sport, and so that is interesting. But then you can tell me about what brought you into that volleyball. Where did it start? Even before Kimani and the KCB team spotted you, where did you pick that? Where did you pick volleyball from?
Yeah, I picked volleyball when it was in 2021 when I was in Form 1.
Mm-hmm.
When I joined Kwandanze High School, and my coach was Mr. Justin Kigwari.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who trained me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He told you that you look like you can be.
Yeah, he used to motivate me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so away from KCB, just a little bit away, while we're still talking about school, what have you been able to achieve with your school in terms of the sport of volleyball?
Yeah, when I was in school, I was given free scholarship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. As I said, yeah, the world of sport can be interesting and can be dynamic. She is just professing she's studied. Her whole high school education has been funded, courtesy of her efforts on the volleyball court. Kwandanze Secondary School, how well did your school perform before even you talk about the performances for KCB?
Mm-hmm. In 2020, yeah, we have won nationals and East Africa and even African championship. It was in 2023 when we went to Morocco championship and we won. We were the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went to Morocco. What is it? School Olympics.
Yeah, School Olympics.
And what was the performance here?
We were the top. We were the number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the school sector, who would you say, apart from Kwandanze, are your biggest competitors?
Okay.
Your fiercest rivals?
Maybe Kesogon.
Yeah?
Kesogon High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also a product of working together with KCB.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether my producer feels maybe you're being a little shy, but he's brought you some backup into the studio.
Okay.
And I want to introduce you to the third guest in this first set as we're talking to KCB players. Kindly introduce yourself, young lady.
My name is Frida Boke from Migori County. Yes.
Yeah. And tell me a bit more about Frida.
I'm a setter from KCB. I've joined this team this year. I was in high school. Yes.
Okay. So you're also part of this Kwandanze school setup.
Yes.
I was asking about your fiercest rivals and the competitions. Which games can you say, I remember this one was one of the fiercest, toughest matches we've ever played? Which one can you remember? Which game can you remember from a school level?
From the school level, the toughest game is National and East Africa. Was toughest. We played with Kesogon, yeah. In Kisi, yes.
Okay, so Kesogon is the biggest rival, yeah?
Yeah.
Bonakimani, tell me why and how do you identify? Why is it that the schools that are coming to the cream at the top of the volleyball roost are both affiliated to KCB? How do you end up saying we want to deal with these institutions?
What maybe I would like to say is that the technical team, the technical team of KCB Volleyball Ladies Club, which is head by the renowned coach Paul Bitok, is in charge of going around and checking which are the schools that we can have a contract with them to be our academies. And actually one of the schools was Kwandanze. Actually the first one was Kesegon. Then Kwandanze followed, and then Soweto. And the other thing is that KCB being a national bank, we would like to support schools so that they can come up with good players who maybe can feed either KCB or other teams. So that team that is made up of about 5 coaches are the ones who have the responsibility of checking which are the schools that we can bring in as our academy. So far we have 3, and I think we are going to stay with 3 for a number of years, so that pia tuachie zile timu zingine nafasi ya kutafuta academy somewhere else.
Okay. So just one bit, Kimani, there's no exclusivity for a player who joins Kontanze that you're going to have to play for KCB. Is there such a deal, or is a student open to say, I thank you very much for the scholarship, but I want to play for Prisons, I want to play for Pipeline, I want to play for... Yeah. How does it work?
We don't force them.
Yeah.
Let me just say that KCB is happy to support students in whatever field. Yeah. And in this time, especially in schools like Kesegon and Kwandanze and Soweto, we support them so that the school can produce good volleyball players. Yeah. But there is nowhere that it is adamant that you have to play for KCB. Yeah. The players have a choice that if I finish school, I can join this other team. But again, the priority is that these people sponsored our team, so why don't we go and play for them maybe 2 or 3 years? Yeah. Then we can make a decision of going to another team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you decide? How did you decide to join KCB? Or even first of all, how did you decide to play volleyball in the first place? Tell me.
Mara ya kwanza nilicheza nikiwa high school. Nilijoin high school, sikuwa najua kucheza volleyball. But nilipatana na coach Kigwari, Justin Kigwari, akanitrain volleyball. Sikuwa naielewa vile, nilikuwa naelewa a little. Nilikuwa najaribu kushikanisha but inanilemea. Nikajaribu, akaniambia kila kitu ni kujaribu, utaujua. Nikajaribu hadi nikajua in this level. Hadi tukaanza kucheza hizi schools game. Nikicheza in low level. Pole pole tukasonga hadi tukacheza nationals East Africa. Yeah, nikakuwa best setter, at least ikaanza kunipea motivation. Sasa nimemaliza form 4, then KCB ikaniambia, yani ikaniuliza kama niko na nafasi ya kama naweza ingia huko ni join. I was proud, nika join club. I think nimechezea KCB 2 weeks. I think tumetrain na wao 1 week, and then second week tukaenda tukatrain tukacheza the tournament at Eldoret. I was the best setter, and I'm happy, I'm proud of KCB.
Okay.
Yes.
So already umeingia fresh into KCB. You're very new kwenye setup ya club volleyball.
Yes.
Na the very first thing umepata ni you've gotten an award.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, just going a slightly deeper, ukiangalia mchezo wa volleyball kwa muda mrefu, nchi yetu imekuwa kileleni kwenye at least kwenye bara la Afrika, imekuwa mbele sana. Kenya imekuwa ikishinda michezo yote, kama ni African Championships inashinda, hata kuwakilisha bara la Afrika kwenye Olympics. Yeah? Kenya imekuwa ikifanya hivyo, ikisonga mbele. Na kuna wachezaji wale ambao wamekuwa wakiwakilisha nchi yetu. Wewe ndio sasa unaingia kwenye ulingo wa mchezo. Yeah. Uko na wachezaji ambao unaweza sema namwangazia huyu mchezaji ndiye ameni encourage ama namwangalia kama role model. Uko na role models ndani ya volleyball?
Ndio.
Tueleze kidogo.
Mimi kutoka kwa shule yetu Kwandanze High School nika na role model. Kuna Esther Mtinda ambaye ni seta wa Kenya. And then tuko na Chumba ambaye hadi saa hii ako nje. Yes, hao ndi role model wenye naangalianga. At least nasema one day Mungu akinijalisha niweze kufika hiyo level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Umemention Chumba na Mutinda.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kama wachezaji ambao unawaangazia.
Yeah.
Lakini kwenye klabu yenu ya KCB siku nao pia wale ambao wana uzoefu.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ndio.
Nieleze ni kina nani ambao ukiingia kwenye klabu ya KCB wale ambao walikushika mkono, wakwambia wewe tusonge twende namna hii, twende fuata njia hii, alafu mambo yote yatakuwa sawa. Niambie.
Kuna Massimo Hiu, Edith Wisa, na wengine wengi siwezi wataja wote.
Okay. Ni nini ambacho ukiangalia kama Massimo Hiu for example, kama mchezaji na wale ambao umewazungumzia wale ambao wana uzoefu, ni jambo gani ambalo unaweza sema labda nikimwangalia ule mchezaji ambaye amenawiri sana mpaka kawa mwakilishi wa nchi yetu, ni jambo gani ambalo unaweza sema amenifunza, ama mtindo gani unaweza sema what have you learned from them, yani kitu gani ambacho unaweza sema huyu amenifundisha kitu fulani, ama kuna njia fulani amesema kwamba nikifuata nyayo zake hivi ndivyo nitakuwa successful. Ni what kind of habits ambazo umelearn kutoka kwa hao role models wako?
Okay, one is self discipline, nyingine ni hard work. Yeah.
Hard work. Yeah. Explain a bit.
Hard work, like we have our coaches who do train us on nini hizi masiku zingine, then on weekends you are free. So what would you do on weekends? You can do your own training. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yani kusema kwamba mazoezi hayaishi kwenye klabu.
Inaisha.
Na unasema yani haumalizi mazoezi kwenye klabu, ukiwa na wakati wako mwenyewe pia unaendelea kufanya mazoezi, sivyo? That's very encouraging. Have you thought about the national team?
Yeah. I used to think about it every day when I wake up, when I sleep. And I pray that one day I will be in the national team and even outside this country of Kenya. Yeah.
And what does your coach tell you, Bitok? What does he say?
He used to tell me every day, work hard, you have a bright future. So, yeah. Okay.
So, Kimani, you have an interesting blend. You have this young upcoming ladies, ambao on average maybe they'll be between 18 and 20 or 21. And then you have these other players, the likes of Masi, Moim and others who have been there for quite a bit of time. How do you manage the transition and the blend of that, the experienced players and the ones who are coming into the fold?
Thanks, Fige. Just for information, Marlene Terry, she's still underage. That is, she's still under 18. Then Boke, 19 years. So you can see tumewatoa tu, tumewainua kutoka kwa shule. Going back to your question, number one is discipline. Discipline plays a very big role, because when young players join a national playing league team, if they don't get players that who will welcome them in a good way, then our wachezaji wataweza kusonga mbele. So our senior players, if I can mention Massimo Hiu, who is one of the experienced players that we have, our captain Edith Wisa, and others are disciplined players who know that they were in that position when they were joining the team, and when they joined the team, they found senior players who welcomed them. So in that manner, they also have that eager of welcoming the young players, so that the team performance can also do what? Continue being where it is, or even better. So the big thing here is discipline among the players and officials. Yeah.
Okay. I get it, and that's really, really encouraging. So let's get back now into court matters. For you, there may be young girls who are also in high school, Terry.
Yeah.
And they want to learn the game of volleyball. What are the first 3 or 4 things that you must know for you to be able to play a good volleyball game?
Okay. Our coach uses to tell us there are, I think, 3 or 4 Ds in volleyball that you must have to know. One is discipline. Discipline, confidence. I think kuna focus, confidence, courage, yeah.
Okay.
That you must have as a player for you to be a good player.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask the question differently.
Yeah.
The same question I'm asking. If I'm good, I'm just starting. I'm just playing. Maybe I've played 2 games of volleyball, and I want to become a good player. On the pitch, what are the 3, 4 secrets that will help me win a set?
On the beach, I must talk louder.
Yeah.
That is communication. When you have communication with your team,
Yeah.
you will win easy.
Yeah.
When you don't talk, haiwezekani.
Yeah. So there's a lot of talking
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Okay, next thing.
Kujituma na kila mtu kujitolea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ni ile yenye is like hata ikuwe ile ball yenye haiwezekani kubebeka. Lazima tu fight. Kama tumeamua as a team, we must fight. Yeah. Ndio tuweze kuwin easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you mentioned also, you're new in the league, in the Kenyan league.
Yeah.
Impression yako ya league ya Kenya iko aje? Ni mambo gani ambayo unasema nikiangalia hii league from my very first experience, umesema 2 weeks ndio umekuwa kwa KCB team. Ni mambo gani unasema these are the 2-3 things ambayo nimeona kwa league ya Kenya ambayo ni mambo muhimu ama something I can take a lesson from?
Mi mambo muhimu yenye nimelearn from our players ni kuwa na discipline, kujitolea na unaangalia penye mtu kama mko wengi kwa hiyo place yenye mnacheza. Unaangalia ni nini yako mbaya kwako ama mzuri yenye unafaa kutilia manani, utie bidii na utrain ndio uweze kumpea challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Frida. Back to you again, Terry. Ligi yetu ya nchi yetu Kenya, kuna timu kadhaa ambazo zimekuwa zikipambania ushindani. Mention Prisons, nikazungumzia labda kidogo Kenya Pipeline, labda kidogo utaongea about I think those 2, yeah, mainly.
There's also DCI.
Yeah? DCI now, which is coming up. Unaweza sema nini kuhusu competitors wenu ama utofauti? Unaweza sema kama Prisons, unaweza sema nini strength yao ni nini? Pipeline nini? Competitors wenu ukiwaangalia, what can you say about them?
Okay. Competitors wetu ni wazuri pia, lakini utapata sometimes tunawashinda. Etisi ni wazuri sana kuwashinda. Pia wao kuna vitu wako nayo yenye mostly pia wanakuanga na to defeat nayo. Kama tunaweza sema Prisons wako na good blocks. Yeah, sisi pia as KCB tuna blocks, but pia wao wanakuanga kama hiyo ndo strength yao kama Prison. Yeah. Alafu tukienda kwa Pipeline, naweza sema nini? Maybe service. Yeah. Hiyo ndio inakuanga strength yao. Yeah.
Okay. In the Kenyan league,
yeah,
vile iko sasa, kwa wachezaji ambao mnacheza nao, vile umesema kuna wachezaji wa Pipeline, wa Prisons, wa DCI, ni mchezaji yupi ambayo unaangalia kwenye ligi sasa vile iko? Wachana na klabu yenu sasa, utoke KCB tuangalie ligi nzima, useme mchezaji ambaye ukimwangalia yani unasema labda huyu ndiye anatuongoza ama naweza taka kucheza kama yeye ama kuna wili kama yeye.
Hapa Kenya?
Yeah.
One is Sharon Chepchumba, although she's not here in Kenya. Yeah. And outside our country is
Na wachana na wale ambao wako nje. Nimekuambia wale ambao wanacheza ligi ya Kenya.
Okay. Sharon Chepchumba.
Yeah.
Sharon Chepchumba. Yeah.
Anacheza club gani?
She's in Turkey, I think.
Vigi anauliza saa hii pale Prisons ama hapo Pipeline, ni nani unaona anakupatia?
Labda si mchezaji labda wa KCB. Mchezaji mwingine ambaye yuko kwenye ligi yetu tu hapa Kenya.
Kama ni sister yako?
Mwingine.
Okay. One is my sister Paulinito and Lois.
Lois?
Yeah. She's in Kenya Pipeline.
What's Lois's full name?
Lois Simiu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hao ndio wachezaji ambao unasema why those two? Why? Because she's your sister.
No, she's no.
Why? So why did you pick those two?
Because I think they're playing good. Yeah, they are role model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I won't push you much further, but it's nice to pick up, and the conversations we're starting with in the year 2025 is an interesting conversation. As we've spoken many times here on Game On, we tell you that this is a place where you're going to discover the upcoming stars, the stars of the future. I do remember hosting very interesting players here, even footballers who've later on become the cream of the nation, and hosting them at the level of high school. And we're here again hosting young ladies. Terry is barely 18, and just at the age of 19 we have Frida here. And this is a place at Game On where we discuss and we engage the stars, not just the ones who are shaping the limelight of Kenyan sport and flying the Kenyan flag high, but the ones who are going to be doing it in years to come. And these conversations are interesting, and I say watch this space. Game On is a place to watch the stars of today, the stars of tomorrow. And Kimani as well, the program now, back to you, that is involved in unearthing these talents. When you say you have a contract with, say, Kondanze Secondary School, what do you provide? What does KCB bring on the table?
The contract that we have with the three teams is that we normally, in our normal budget, we allocate a certain amount of money that we will divide among the three schools. Especially sometimes we look depending on the way they are producing players. And this, the cash that we normally give out, we don't normally give out cash. What we do is that after getting the total amount that one school is supposed to be having, then we agree that we are going either to buy them. We request the school to tell us, the coach and the technical of the school, to tell us which equipment they don't have, which is urgent for them. So the allocation of that money is divided among the three teams, and then we follow what the teachers have, or rather the coaches have told us. If it is balls, we'll buy balls. If it is uniform, we'll buy uniform, or any other thing that is going to assist the team to perform well.
Okay. So what about academics? You don't get involved in the academic programs?
We've actually now moved a step further. KCB has a foundation division that normally helps children from lower families, and that is a program now that we are going to start in this year, that we can now support good players in Kwandanze, education-wise, by paying maybe their school fees, or even players in Soweto or Kesegon. So that is something that is in pipeline, and we are going to do that. We are going to implement that this year. Okay. Yeah.
So when you say, thank you very much, Kimani. So Terry, when you tell me that you are on a scholarship, how did that work out?
Like,
You told me that your school, when you were in the school, you had a scholarship in the school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you didn't pay fees?
Yeah, I didn't.
So how, and Kimani is telling me the program is just starting. So who paid the fees for you?
Maybe I can step in there.
Yeah. Because that's why I was asking about that. Yeah.
And normally what happens, I think I've had a talk with their coach at the school, even Kesegon.
Yeah.
Those talented players, and if you do your investigation even to other disciplines, those talented players are normally taken by the schools, and then schools sponsor them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how she's claiming that she has a scholarship. Okay. Because the school, the parents don't pay school fees. Yeah. The school caters for everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the school is the one that has given you the scholarship based on your talents.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, and of course that means that we recognize and the efforts of the educational institutions, KCB, not KCB, Kwandanze school being one of them, in that ability to recognize that the children who have special talents may come from backgrounds where they may need aid in enabling them to pursue their education, and that happening is really, really amazing. You're watching Game On. The conversation with volleyball continues. The contingent from KCB was much larger than the two ladies and their TM who's been here with us. So after the break, we're going to continue and get back to yet another session where we're going to engage more team members of the KCB team. Don't you dare go away. You're watching Game On the very, very first episode of the year 2025. Keep it right here on KBC Channel 1. We are speaking to the people, the individuals, the players who make up the setup that at the fulcrum brings forth the national team winning players. But we're speaking about club level, and at club level in Kenya, so far, KCB has been ruling the roost. Next week they begin the title defense, and with me I have a new set of players in the studio. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hello viewers, I'm Eunice Mayo, team trainer, KCB Volleyball Ladies.
Yeah, that's Eunice Mayo, of course experienced player, now trainer of the team. And we have another wonderful lady with us in the studio.
Charlene Sembel, right player, left player, and setter. Yeah.
Okay, and Kimani, who was there in the first session, stays with us for this second part of the conversation. We're speaking to the champions and talking about their title defense. So let's start with you as a trainer. The season inaanza, yeah? Yes. Season mpya. Wachezaji unawatayarisha. What are the steps ambazo mnapitia kuhakikisha kwamba timu yenu iko tayari?
Kwanza wasichana tumewachukua wapya. Tunaweka na wale wamekuwa na uzoefu. Alafu tunawapanga process ya kufanya gym. Usipopata nguvu ya kucheza, usipokuwa na nguvu hautaweza kucheza sana. So lazima tuwafanye mazoezi ya kujenga misuli, kumpatia kuwa na uzoefu na kitu kingine ni kuwa pamoja. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Usipokuwa pamoja, timu haiwezi songa. Lazima kuwa pamoja. Ndio sasa kusema kitu fulani wanafanya kama timu. Yes. Na timu inasonga mbele.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Charlene, you're one of those ladies being prepared, and you're one of those people who have a bit of experience. Tell me about your journey. Ulianzia wapi ndio ukajifind kwa KCB, na safari yako imekuwa vipi kwenye game ya volleyball?
Mimi nilianzia Lugulu, I'm a girl of excellence. That's what we call ourselves.
Yeah, Lugulu girls.
Yeah. Julugulu is a school of excellence, so we call ourselves girls of excellence.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, mi nililearn basics zangu Lugulu, na I guess hiyo ndo inanipusha hadi saa hizi sana sana.
Yeah.
Juu after high school nilijoin KCB, nikatoka kidogo nikaenda DCI, then I came back home. I guess passion yangu yote iko KCB. Na hiyo kumit kina coach Munala, Bitok, one of the best coaches in Kenya. I guess it's a privilege. Juu una get to learn a lot enye teams zingine hazina. Yeah.
Tell me about, you mentioned your journey. Kwa volleyball, hiyo miaka yote umekuwa kwa hiyo sport, what are the highlights, the best moments ambazo umekuwa nazo zile huwezi forget?
Nilishinda club championship na nilikuwa ndani.
Yeah? Okay.
Tumeshinda club championships na nilicheza. I was part of the squad that
won the club championships. Yeah. This is Africa Club Championships.
Yeah.
Okay, which year are we talking about?
2022.
2022. Yeah. Okay. And what's your lowest moment?
I guess ni tukianza this season.
Yeah.
Tulipigwa na Pipeline mara mbili, tukapigwa na Prison mara mbili. Something that we didn't expect.
Okay.
I guess it was awakening for us. The last match we had, tumecheza nao juzi, we had to come back stronger. Hatuwezi kubali kupigwa kila time. Hiyo time unaona mmepigwa, mnakuja mmehurumisha. Training haibambi. Yeah.
Okay. 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 You have more experience in this sport of volleyball. Unaweza sema vile wewe umelearn from wakati wako kwa mchezaji mpaka sasa wewe umeingia kwenye training, part of the technical bench. Ni mambo gani ambayo unaweza sema inafanya Kenyan volleyball inakuwa at the top? Ni vitu gani ambayo Kenya tunafanya inahakikisha kwamba tunakaa kwenye kilele cha volleyball?
Kile ambacho ningeweza sema ni kitu cha kwanza ni kuwa na nidhamu. Ya pili ni kusikiza coaches. Usiposikiza coaches hakuna vile utasonga mbele. So kila kitu lazima utii na uheshimu wenzako na coaches. Ndio unaona Kenya tuko juu kwa sababu hatuna watu wengine wako kama hiyo kukawanya timu na kufanya nini. Wanapanga tu pamoja na coaches nao wanapanga pamoja, fundisha kitu kimoja at once, nyingine baadaye nyingine. Ndio unaona hakuna mtu anasema sijui coach ananipeleka hivi na wanastick kwa kitu moja, kesho ni kitu kingine hivi. Na kitu yenye inatakana wachezaji wasingatie sana ni nidhamu. Hiyo usipokuwa naye hakuna mahali utasonga. Utarudi tu chini na wale wanasonga mbele.
Okay. Yeah. Napata. Amezungumza kuhusu wakufunzi, but the question I would have asked, maybe Charlene, maybe you can tell me about this. The same coaches, Kenyan coaches, say Bwana Bitok for example, ametoka Kenya wakati fulani akaenda Rwanda kufunza APR, sivyo? Lakini Rwanda hawajakuwa African champions. So kuna kitu gani hiyo ambayo ni special about Kenyans which inafanya tunakaa at the top?
Kenya tuko na nguvu. Tuko na nguvu.
Nguvu.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Juu ukiona let's say mtu kama Malin mwenye ametoka hapa. Yeye ametoka shule juzi, si ndio? Hajapiga gym kama sisi. But nguvu wako nayo sisi hatuna. Unaona, I guess ni kuna watu tu tumezaliwa na natural strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yenye countries zingine hazina. Juu utapata Mwarabu ameishi gym miaka yake yote, jua wanaanza wakiwa wadogo sana, si ndio? Yeah, but bado unapata sisi tuko na nguvu kuwashinda, na utapata tujapiga hivyo gym sana kama hao. Si tumeanza gym at club level, but tuko na nguvu kuwashinda. Ona kina Chumba, hawa watoto wametoka shule saa hizi. Ni nini nawainua? Nguvu, I guess ugali ama sijui tuseme.
Ugali at work, sembe ndio inafanya kazi. That's your opinion. But then Kimani, building on that, what else can you add to that? There's natural strength, as she says. What else can you add to that?
Kenya is a sportish country.
Yeah.
Blessed by God. You can oversee all disciplines that we have talents in the country, starting from boxing, athletics, lawn tennis, volleyball, football, and many other. So Wakenya tuko na hiyo God given talent. Hiyo ndio nafikiria kwanza inatupeleka mbele. Kama tungekuwa kama vile tu Shalina anasema, tungekuwa na uwezo kama uwezo ule nchi kama ya Egypt iko nayo ama Morocco, then tungekuwa mbali sana. Lakini before that Mungu ametupatia hiyo talent na ametupatia nguvu.
Okay. New season coming up. What are the things ambazo mnaozungumza sasa? Si mna get ready to start next week, eh? The new season, eh?
Mid-season.
Mid-season. Yeah. Ni vitu gani ambazo mna change kwenye mazoezi yenu to ensure that mbaki at the top? Umesema kwamba mshachapwa twice na Pipeline na Prison, sio? So ni vitu gani ambazo mna tweak, mna change, mnabadilisha as you get ready for the new season?
I don't think kuna kitu tuta change, but maybe ku improve on what you already have. Yeah. I guess ku improve on our strengths, to sharpen our strengths, mostly na new talents zenye zimekam. I guess wa catch up na team yenye ilikuwa. I guess hiyo ndio kitu itatuokolea mbele. Jua kuna kitu ingine tuta change. Kani game tuko nayo, tuko na kila kitu, tuko na coaches.
Okay. Another question while you're talking, while we're having this conversation, tell me about what you think about the national team. Mawazo yako kuhusu national team.
Yeah, Malkia.
Yes.
I guess it's still the best in Africa. Na mimi niko sure squad ya last time inaweza change. Jumia I see talent. Saizi kwa watoto wametoka shule. Mimi naweza sema mimi yangu sana sitaongelelea part yangu. Jumia already niko kwa beach volleyball. Maybe uko ndo nitaenda kujitetea nayo sana.
Okay.
Juu anasemanga like appreciate enye mtu mwingine ako nayo. Mimi kila time I see Marlin, mtoto ametoka pasa hizi, mimi naona talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think she's going to be one of the greatest players?
Yeah. In fact, mimi namwambia daily, she's going to be like Chumba or maybe better than Chumba. You know Chumba, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chumba is one of the best in Africa.
Yeah.
But nikiangalia Marlin, you see a better version of Chumba. Yeah. So
Okay.
mimi na national team, she's one of the players wenye wanaenda kujoin. That is kama ye mwenyewe atataka. Unaona kama atakubali mimi ni mnoma najikumbushe kila time.
Yeah.
Mimi ni mnoma hii national team naenda. Venye Frida pia amesema.
Yeah.
The lady that was here before Eunice.
Yeah.
Mimi ana believe in herself. She has said she wants to be like Esther Mutinda.
Yeah.
Esther Mutinda is one of the best setters in Kenya.
Yeah.
But that will happen only if she believes in her strengths,
Yeah.
and she believes in herself. Kila time akitembea, anatembea kijua yeye ni mnoma. Mimi hakuna mtu ananitisha, unaona?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasa mimi naona national team inaenda kukua tougher than it was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to get better
Yeah.
than it has been.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful words. I'll ask you something because we are almost winding up. In December, we had a tragic loss that to the whole country with the death of Janet Wanja, and the entire sporting fraternity came together in mourning Janet, one of also the leading lights in Kenyan volleyball. For you as a volleyball, part of that volleyball fraternity, what can you say about that? Because it's one of the most recent events that tumepitia.
I guess ni death yenye hatukukuwa tuna expect, to be honest. and may her soul rest in eternal peace.
Yeah.
We've lost one of the greatest, I guess, players and coaches at the same time. Juu ndo alikuwa ameanza career yake kama coach. Na hatukujua like cancer itamchukua hivyo haraka. Tunajua ilipatikana kama ni too late. Hata kama inge happen, not that soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me, Frida, you probably played with Janet.
Yes.
Yeah. So you knew her as a person.
Yes.
What can you say? Which words can you say about what kind of person she was, and what she represented to you people, colleagues, when you met now in the sport, na pia kwa you know, to the volleyball fraternity.
Yeah, chenye naweza sema alikuwa mchezaji mzuri, hakuwa na mapendeleo.
Yeah.
Alikuwa anapenda kuongelesha wenzake.
Yeah.
Alikuwa anapenda ukikosea si atatakasirika. Atakwambia jaribu. Na alikuwa ni mtu mwenye anatia bidii. Hakuwa anapenda ashindwe. Yeah, so naweza sema tu tumempoteza mtu mwenye alikuwa sawa, alikuwa role model kwa timu ya Kenya, especially setters. Yeah, juu yeye akiwa setter alikuwa anacheza vizuri sana, hata alikuwa anaingiana na wachezaji, so siwezi sema ati hakuwa na roho mbaya, alikuwa na roho safi. Yeah, yenye kila mtu alikuwa anapenda kuika hiyo mfano wake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, condolences from the Game On team to you guys and the entire volleyball fraternity from us. I'm sorry I called you Frida.
Eunice.
Eunice. Eunice, thank you. Thank you very much. Kimani, a parting shot. What should we expect from KCB this season? Benchmark, tuseme targets, tunasimamia wapi?
Big expectations. The club right now is training for African Club Championship, and because that one will come before the playoffs, and we foresee that we are going to recapture the trophy in Nigeria. So we are just giving a warning to other teams that we are coming stronger and better than we were last year. And God willing, once again for the third time, we'll bring the trophy back home. Thank you.
Yeah, you heard it from Kimani. I didn't say it. I don't play volleyball. Kimani is a TM, and two of the most experienced players are here. They said the benchmark and the bare minimum is the Africa Club Championships, bringing it home. That's happening sometime later in the year. Wonderful, really good start to the year. Also for us at Game On, having you ladies champions in a sport where Kenya has been raising the flag. And I like your words that from what you're seeing, it's going to get better, especially with the youngsters, the ones we had here earlier. You've particularly cited Terry as one of the leading lights. And I said it here, we have hosted people here who, at the time that we hosted them, they were nondescript players. I've hosted Ovela Ochieng, who is a footballer who's played a long time outside Kenya, one of the leading lights for Harambee Stars. I hosted him here when he was in high school at Upper Hill. And again, we've done it here on Game On at the beginning of this year. Wonderful conversations, and I do wish you all the best, and may you achieve the targets that you have for the year. And we will be rooting for you, and we want you back here when you have the trophy. First stop, mkichukua hiyo kikombe, msipitie anywhere else. First stop, KBC Channel 1, ingia hapa Game On, then we celebrate together. So, thank you so much.